What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is BKD ZacNovak. In today's video, we've got this week at Bungie, a bunch of pretty freaking interesting information coming from Bungie. A lot of the stuff about upcoming changes and, well, just about recent changes that will be happening in the future, as well as some stuff about Forsaken. So roll the intros, let's get right into it, and I do hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so getting straight into the video. This week at Bungie, Lord Salad Fingers is ornamenting Guardians once again. Yes, that is right. Iron Banner is back, and not actually for the last time for Season 3, which a lot of us kind of thought it was. There are actually matches to be won, ranks to earn up, and rewards to collect. This is also your one and only chance to enjoy some 6v6 combat in the Destiny 2 Crucible for, well, at least one more week at least. The update 1.2.3 lands on Tuesday, and with it, quick play will evolve to become more of a 6v6 engagement. Between now and then, our old friend Lord Salad Fingers is the only one who can actually hook up this kind of playstyle at the moment. Now all the people out there saying, that's great Bungie, but what about us solo players? Well, Rumble in itself is also coming back in update 1.2.3, and for the other people out there that are saying, well, we aren't actually Crucible Warriors, Bungie, what are we gonna get? Well, we have some other news to actually report for those of you players who prefer to focus your fire on the enemies of humanity. Let's dig in and take a look at everything available in the immediate future. Bountiful harvests. When you light out into the wild in search of action and adventure, the fighting is all the sweeter when you have more ways to reap the rewards. In update 1.2.3, we're expanding on that experience with new bounties for Destiny 2. Now senior design lead Tyson Green, who some suspect is actually the Cryptarch in his spare time. Tyson's words are as followed. With the original launch of Destiny, bounties provided a set of daily objectives that players could use to advance faction reputation or earn XP to level up their gear. These were removed to streamline the activity experience in Destiny 2 and reduce the number of chores that players felt compelled to complete every single day. In retrospect, we've actually realized that that was an overcorrection, and an optional daily activities to achieve specific goals are something Bungie actually wants to restore. Now these bounties returning to Destiny 2 in update 1.2.3 are a return to the most of the properties of bounties in the Taken King. They will be obtained from a variety of vendors. They will generally award XP and faction reputation, though some will offer even better rewards, and can be redeemed in the field to immediately claim your reward. In Forsaken, you may also see some bounties drop in the wild, which is pretty cool. There are two new mechanics. Bounties will expire if left uncompleted, and acquiring them will cost a small amount of glimmer. We wanted to avoid the grab every bounty you see until your inventory is packed and sort them out later experience without constraining players to the tiny inventory they found in previous iterations of the game. In Forsaken, more vendors will have more bounties on offer, and some will provide legendary gear or even better rewards for completing them. It's fair to observe that we didn't answer every question you might actually ask about the return of bounties. What would be the fun in that? You'll discover exactly how they work and where you can find them next week and in the weeks that follow. So that's pretty cool. We are getting bounties back in Destiny, and I'm really freaking hoping that these also include exotic bounties, because, well, they were probably the best things you could actually get in Destiny 1 to drop. They were always amazing, always fun to complete, and definitely had a good reward behind them. Moving on though, we have For the Kids. At the posting of this time, the storm is dissipating online while another one gathers in real life. The GuardianCon fundraising stream is over, with millions of dollars raised for charity. Once again, we are left stunned by the passion of goodwill exhibition by the community. Congratulations to everyone who pitched in and ran their leg of the marathon. Honestly, I just got to give a big shout out to every single person that actually did do something in this actual marathon kind of thing. Holy Jesus, this was crazy. Wow, seriously, the actual amount of donations is freaking incredible. This is amazing, and I really cannot wait for year 3 of GuardianCon. I'm in Australia and I probably will not be going to it, but I definitely will be checking in and looking at all the information at any point in time that I can. Now tomorrow, the after party actually begins inside the Tampa Convention Center and the celebration is shaping up to be thunderous. Bungie will be on hand to commit all challenges to teams of 4 to battle each other in Gambit. This is your final blog reminder that we also are hosting an epic clash of content creators you may know of in the main stage. Now that being the Gambit Exhibition Tournament, July 13th, 6 PM EDT time. Wow, that is freaking cool. GuardianCon, it is crazy. At this moment in time, there are teams that are building in their booths. They are hanging the art of building the networks and arranging all the velvet ropes. If you're in attendance, Bungie cannot wait to see you. If you are someone like me that is just tuning in from, well, at home and watching it on Twitch or wherever you do watch it, yeah, it is pretty freaking cool. And now, speaking of cool, moving on, we have a breaking news. Are you up to current on all your information with the Forsaken field intel that Game Informer has actually been serving up? If you haven't, go and check it out because it is crazy. They actually went through and took an in-depth look at every single new super and subclass brand that actually is available in the new upcoming Forsaken. They also looked over how Destiny 2's new DLC Forsaken is actually changing up the Flashpoint milestone, making lost sectors more meaningful and rewarding, and also introducing outlaws. Yes, these outlaw characters are freaking cool. We also had the Tangled Shore, which in itself is just amazingly cool. Go check that out because, yeah, new public events and spaces and new lost sectors. Holy Jesus, that is cool. As well, if you guys did miss out, there also is the breakdown of the new exotic auto rifle Cerberus +1, which is going to be really freaking beastly in the upcoming DLC. If you haven't actually checked any of them out, go have a look at the actual Game Informer website, or go ahead and actually look at some of the videos that I've done. I did one about the auto rifle, I also did one about the changes and different things in the game, and I also did one about the Barons, so go and check that out. If you have already checked it out, then holy jeez, yes, pretty cool. If you haven't actually checked out the Game Informer side of stuff, go check that out. They are not actually done showing off what awaits us in September, but for now, this is some cool stuff. I'll have it actually linked in the description down below if you want to go and check out the Game Informer website and have a look at this stuff. It is hype. But moving on, coming attractions. Now, in update 1.2.3, Bungie is actually deploying it on Tuesday, July the 17th. Destiny player support will have more information concerning deployment times and download sizes. If you actually want to check it out, then maybe go ahead and look at the actual Bungie blog this week at Bungie and then click the link that actually shows you. But for a quick preview and a rundown of what to expect next week, this is what is coming. Slightly miscellaneous but more quality of life changes are as follows. PC Clan Chat adds new in-game text and channel that allows online Destiny 2 clan members to communicate. Next up, once all Mercury Forge weapons have been obtained, they become available for direct purchase from Brother Vance in the Lighthouse. They have removed the momentum from Heroic Adventures. Thank you. They changed up the Pursuits inventory bucket, which has now been moved to the top of the inventory categories. And comments have been added to large numbers as separators on the IGCR and PGCR. Exotic armor fixes are as followed. Fixed an issue that was causing targets marked by Sanguine Alchemy to produce orbs when defeated. Fixed an issue that caused Starfire Protocol to not work with Dawnblade's attunement of Sky Ability Path. And fixed an issue that prevented Warlock melee attack damage when using the Ophidian Aspect Exotic and the Hive Sword or Orb carrying objects. So yeah, what's up with Warlocks, Bungie? Why are we being so broken? Anyway, additionally there are some changes to the Heroic Strike modifiers which will be given slight adjustments in response to players' feedback. Test engineer Drew Martinho, I'm pretty sure I just butchered your name, I'm sorry, has a quick roundup development commentary of the goal of these changes that are coming to the future. He states, "Hey y'all, since the release of update 1.1.3, we've been collecting player feedback concerning Heroic Strike modifiers. On Tuesday, 3 of the more punishing modifiers will receive some adjustments. Ultimately, we want your power, stats, and the armor modifications to actually matter, and we realized that our debuff modifiers were a little too powerful to allow players to see their impact. Here's what you can expect. Quickly, just gonna state, these three are pretty bad, but again, in my mind, they're not really the worst. I mean, you kind of got used to them if you were playing Destiny 1, but they are as followed: Blackout, Grounded, and Glass. Blackout, we wanted to ensure that enemy melees are threatening, but this shouldn't dismiss a player's power progression or the stats they choose to invest with their armor. As such, this modifier is changing somewhat. It still increases enemy melee damage significantly, but it is now no longer a guarantee of players being defeated by a single melee strike from many of the enemies. Be careful though, if you are not at the recommended power for the Heroic Strike playlist, your enemies will still be more powerful and pack a harder punch. With Grounded, there are many times players are considered airborne when they're not actually jumping. To account for that, we are reducing the damage threshold so players aren't punished for these things outside of their control. Additionally, we're looking to prevent some players from falling to their death or demise from a height of 2 meters just as they happen to land on a rock or a small object. And finally, Glass. This modifier reduces the Guardian's shields and health while increasing recovery. We slightly reduce the impact of this modifier to better enable players to see the effects of their overall power progression over time. However, stay tuned to Bungie.net next week for all future and full patch notes expected to become available at 9 AM PDT on Tuesday, July 17th, 2018. Now, The Matrix Reloaded. Not the movie, the actual prismatic matrix. Over the past few months, Bungie has been testing a new feature called the Prismatic Matrix. When Bungie first announced this new reward system, they stated their goals for the experiment: give players more control over how they earn Eververse items, offer a more predictable path each week that guarantees access to specific items, and they drop fewer duplicate items in itself. This week, the user interface calls specific attention to the limited time of this feature. To explain our previous objectives and future plans, here are some thoughts from the design team. The original intent of the Prismatic Matrix was for it to be a special event, something to help players round out their collections, as the odds of earning the items that were eluding them improved as they continued to earn bright engrams. We had a limited number of weeks scheduled, designed to keep repetition to a minimum. That schedule of curated offerings is coming to an end. So this feature in itself will be temporarily removed and on hiatus starting next week. Thanks to some good feedback about this new feature, Bungie has learned how they can actually make it better. So in the future, they will continue to support it in the Forsaken actual DLC. However, they also look forward to our continued feedback and are excited to relaunch the Prismatic Matrix in the next season of Destiny 2. There will be more on this topic before this launch in September. They'll actually update us to this conversation with a full preview for how the Eververse Trading Company will actually be evolving to better serve us Guardians. The player support report is next up. Community management involves a lot more of going to conventions and posing for pictures than serving the Guardians is as a team effort, and some of Bungie's most tactical Guardians are better than others. The specialists on the player's support team are experts on how the game evolves over time. Here is their report and what follows. Moments of Triumph. On July 7th, we launched Moments of Triumph on Bungie.net and the Destiny Companion app. Destiny 2 players can now track their triumphs online before they go live in-game with the Solstice of Heroes live event. The following is vital information that players should be aware of for Moments of Triumph. Progression towards triumphs and event rewards may be lost if players delete any characters on their account. For the best experience, it is recommended that players do not delete any characters until all desired rewards have been redeemed and the Solstice of Heroes concludes on August the 28th, 2018. Players will not be able to redeem completed triumphs for points or rewards until Solstice of Heroes goes live in Destiny 2 on July 31st, however, so keep that in mind. For more information, players should actually visit the Moment of Triumph's guide and the frequently asked questions, or the FAQs. Though one of the big fuck yous that people have been asking is, what is happening with the world's first? Well, next Tuesday, July 17 at 10 AM PDT, Destiny 2 update 1.2.3 will become available to all players. To allow players to download and install this update and prepare for the launch of the prestigious raid layers Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, and the Leviathan Spire of Stars. Both will be temporarily disabled. These activities will become available for players to complete for World's First at the following times. Leviathan Eater of Worlds Prestige is 10 AM PDT on July 17th. Leviathan Spire of Stars Prestige is 10 AM, 11 AM PDT on July 17th, 10 AM PDT on July 18th. For the complete Destiny 2 1.2.3 deployment schedule, players should actually visit the Destiny server and update a status page. Now with this saxophone, last week Bungie did conduct a Destiny 2 free trial weekend on battle.net. I kinda tried to do it. While players who participated can choose to keep the Destiny 2 installed on the PC for use in the future free trial weekends, they will only receive saxophone errors if they do not own Destiny 2 when they attempt to launch the game outside of the promotional period. So yeah, if you want to get Destiny 2 on PC, then go click the link in the description. You can go buy it if you want, or maybe get it on Xbox or PlayStation or all three. It's up to you. But that is pretty much it. When your rightful community managers are back in the saddle, there will be patch notes and deployment status updates on all of the hard work that gets done by the real heroes. Deed states, "It's been my pleasure to return to my roots while they put on their show. Hope it wasn't overly verbose. Old habits die harder than raid bosses." Unless you actually are talking about Atheon pre-nerf of solar grenades, then yeah, how you doing? Anyway, this has been This Week at Bungie, some crazy cool information. If you guys have enjoyed this video, click that like button down below, leave a comment, let me know what you guys are hyped for, if you're even hyped for anything coming in Destiny 2. Leave a comment down below if you guys want to see anything in the future. Let me know, do you guys have any ideas for videos or topics for videos at all? Let me know down below. But once again, if you are a new viewer, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can see when I actually upload videos, so you can always stay up on that. But once again, this has been ZacNovak with my squeaky chair. Do all that good stuff down below and I'll be cheering like Karen if he was at Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak signing off. Peace out.